Hey everybody, it's Steve from WeJustPlayGames. This is the Outer Worlds. Ooh, a spaceship. Anyway, I'm back to my good guy ways. The formula is as follows. I'm going to be a good guy for 20 minutes, going to be a bad guy for 20 minutes, going to be psychotic for 20 minutes. Though not really psychotic. Oh, what the hell? Marauder. Oh, well, fuck that guy. I got a shotgun now. And I'm a hero, and heroes take out things like marauders. Oh, I'm auto-tracking him. That's interesting. Are you itchy? Are you itchy? You know what else is itchy? My fucking trigger finger. Oh! Oh, you're not dead? This is a shotgun! What the fuck is the range on this thing? Oh, hello. This is a shitty shotgun. Bad time to use the time dilation when you're reloading. That it? Nope. It's you again. I honestly thought, on my way into town, I wouldn't encounter a lot of resistance. This is a funny looking rock. Nothing important about it? Okay, gotta focus. Focus. Focus, get to town. Crappy shotgun is crappy, man. A small percentage of weapons and armor you find may be considered pristine. They have more durability and are worth more to vendors. Diamond. Okay. I got a diamond thingy. Nope. Inventory. Weapons. This is a diamond. Oh, mine's already diamond. 13. 13. Yep. We're on point here. 7.5. 7. Ooh, this one's more valuable. Why? Why? Is it in better condition? Damage 20. Damage 29. Lights. Magazine size. Light. I've got no difference here. Oh, the condition that is in. Okay. So firing about 20 times brought it down to 94%. Anyway, we are heading into town because we need to find a power regulator for the ship, which apparently took just enough damage for the power regulator to be out. I don't know why Hawthorne was waiting for me here. He's supposed to be on a ride, so he's just waiting for me with a fucked up ship. We'll keep a sword out right now, just to let them know we mean business, but a gun is probably too threatening, you know? Especially a shotgun. Hi there, Urbot. Are you just a camera bot?
Whoa, hey. Where'd you come from?
A cryostasis colony ship called the Hope.
Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's marauder territory.
Not anymore, it ain't.
Your pod? What are you on about? You take a bruise to the cranium?
Funnily enough, I actually did.
You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls and low prices.
Everyone is a walking commercial. I'm Steven, with a V.
Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family.
You sound brainwashed.
Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer? Edgewater
Side quest?
Board owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites. We rent them from the company.
What?
Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues.
What do? Kill you? What?
Company policy. If it was up to me, I'd put the whole town 10 feet under, free of charge.
Not the way you want to approach this.
Quotas, mostly. Got a backlog of graves to fill. Bodies won't bury themselves, you know.
So, we're at a bit of a quandary here. Collecting the money is the right and fair legal thing to do, but... Why is he smiling at me like that? But, it's a stupid law.
Yeah? You could look at it that way, I suppose. You could look at us and say, those Edgewater saps lost near every soul to plague.
Oh, there's a
But
plague.
you'd be wrong. We're survivors. Loyal company folk, brave in the wilds.
We are God knows how many years into the future. Interplanetary travel. We still got fucking plagues.
Every now and again, a virulent plague sweeps through our town. That's life on the frontier, I suppose. A body grows accustomed.
You're just so riddled with disease that a slight wind could murder you, but that just hasn't happened yet. Just keep accumulating diseases.
Hang on, I'm doing some math in my head. 20, 30, carry the 1. All my life, work's been real good to me. Fresh air, exercise.
And we're back to this.
The paperwork. Can't get anybody to pay their gravesite fees.
Okay.
4 workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little.
Wait, I'm confused. If they're not dead, their families are renting their graves for them. Is there a fee for cremation?
Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy, I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad. He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up.
I don't want to be a lone shark. I'll be back. Hey, corporate.
Beats working at the cannery.
Okay, half Urbot. Are we getting a special introduction to Edgewater? Get a nice tour about the town? Probably get mollified by deals and ads and shit. Am I breaking in right now? Shovel. So, steel shovel. Yeah, this is all owned. But I'm a good guy. I should have knocked. We have to follow the due process in being heroic, a do-gooder. But as I was talking about with that, he asked me if I'd taken a bruise to the cranium. I actually have, because my background in this game is that of a toss ball mascot, and apparently a ball did hit me right in the fucking face, and somehow they suspect that's why I'm always in a good mood. Now's the time when I'm going to find out I can holster my knife. There's also a brief period. Okay, your eyes are red. That's just creepy. There's also a brief period after every loading screen. I can't move backward and forward. I can only operate on this axis, the camera.
Keep your distance, friend. Sick house is no place for a traveler.
I've had like a 70-year nap, which somehow caused me to be able to do this. I think I'm pretty immune. Ooh, haircut. Hey there, mister. You have a Caduceus symbol on there. Are you also the doctor?
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs.
You cut hair!
Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
Damn it, he's right. And I'm lawful. I'm lawful good.
So everyone says, until someone forgets to cough into their elbow, and then we're all dying of plague.
Why are there still plagues?
I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death.
How?
Whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
Sure, let's collect some money.
Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
Hey, Mr. Big Words.
I mean that I can't possibly pay my gravesite fees. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
Well, I'm a good guy. I should probably, encourage this shit.
I have to be, if only to prepare myself for my inevitable dressing down at the hands of corporate. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies. Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment.
This is so corrupt.
Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings. Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions.
Well, it kind of depends. Is it important to you or important to him? Or, like, your pair of lucky clippers ain't gonna do shit for him.
Much obliged.
So is that gonna cross you off my list or what? Is it red because that's stealing? Yes, it's red because that is stealing. Have I thought of
What
anything?
can I do for you? Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor?
I did patch up a soldier I saw along the way. I'm gonna be honest.
I am a Spacer's Choice certified surgeon, and if you must know, I can stitch a severed thumb with a 58% chance of avoiding gangrene.
So that's still a 42% chance of fucking losing the thumb.
A ship? Dear me. You seem to have lost the ability to distinguish between reality and fantasy. This is what happens when you let your imagination run wild. I don't approve of fantasizing. It's a dreadful habit, corrosive to the mental faculties. You ought to let the vicar take a look inside your head.
You know ships exist, right?
Vicar Maximilian, our man from the OSI, here to spread the message of scientism like a soothing balm upon a feverish head. Or so you'd expect. You'll find him in our local church, probably neglecting his duties.
Well, we found the religion.
He doesn't seem to like us much. The vicar has not been with us long, and in his relatively short tenure in Edgewater, gives off the distinct whiff of superiority.
Superiority. I don't think I have anything left to ask him.
Go ahead.
But he's still pretty friendly.
The plague's come at us with a vengeance this year. Lost 6 workers in as many months. I wouldn't call them good workers, mind you. If they were any good, they'd have been treated. Still, it is a shame.
So this isn't so much a threat, or sorry, a plague as it is a culling?
Fever, chills, fatigue, aching, vomiting, an excess of phlegm, a tendency towards belly aching.
Wait. Yeah, they're just getting sick because you're working them to the bone, and then you're fucking murdering them.
Whatever.
Without haircuts.
I have developed my own palliative. Boiled canid liver and a splash of ethanol. Company policy, friend. We don't have enough medicine to treat all of us, so we treat the best among us.
You know the best among you is going to end up being the workers, right?
Nature is monstrous, friend, and this plague is natural selection at work.
I think you need to have, like, mandatory break times.
Edgewater has been good to me. I consider myself privileged to work here.
At your
I
barber
never
that
wanted
is,
to
like,
work,
broke?
not since the plague started. As the good vicar says, work fortifies the spirit of a man. If you want to feel exhausted, try not having any work.
Now, who doesn't have any work? All the people we're letting die. Loads of not work there. That took a chunk out of my time. Where do I want to go now? I gotta talk about repairing my ship. Getting points for discovering things. I don't really think this is a fishing planet. The town leader's a robot. Or are we gonna go see him?
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Dobson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The cans bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
The people with the flu?
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with, well, not fish.
With corruption? Hi there, Mr. Dobson. What's in the fish?
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up.
She
I
did.
do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself. I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
I haven't signed any TW4s here, dude. I don't work for you.
Yes, so it dawns on me. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
I kind of crash landed, not passed through.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Oh, do tell.
There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
But...
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
Great, now I gotta balance this shit.
No, I do not imagine they will be pleased. But like a parent disciplining an unruly child, you will be doing them a kindness. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
Well, they're probably just growing their own food over there, dude.
Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those workers back at their stations.
Well, give them some, like, I don't know, Robitussin rations, man. They're all sick.
Neither do I. The fault was entirely mine. I pushed them too hard. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town. Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership.
You know, she's probably going to convince me to, you know, charge your town and kill all the corruption.
That reason was me. I asked too much and pushed too hard. But I am ready to make amends if they are willing to return to the fold.
That's more like it.
We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
She'll understand that and she'll tell me some shit, you know, not corroborating it.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Yay!
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators.
That's
and
not a word.
Pins and engine tape, so
Those last two
I'm all
are.
set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
I came here a completely fucking free agent, and now I'm working for this asshole. Companions! You've gained a companion. They are characters that join you in your adventures and help in a variety of ways. Companions enhance combat support. Their skills to enhance your skills. I just feel like I'm reading off a script here. They increase your carrying capacity. You can unlock special companion combat abilities with the inspiration skill. Learn more about your companions in the companion ledger. You just following me, or can we talk?
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
Wrong way? Yeah, wrong way. This way. Come into the elevator, my friend. You have successfully failed the first task I've assigned you. Come on. How about over here? Want to try over here? There you go. And come on. Wow. I've been in rockets. I've been near scientists. You are no combination of the two.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
Okay. Or
Hey,
we're out.
Can we talk?
Can
we talk?
Yes.
Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
Here's the non-corroboration.
To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
I'm kind of getting some Firefly vibes here. Anyone else? Watch Firefly?
Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about.
The black sheep.
Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
The botanical vicar? Or this town's vicar? What was the vicar named here?
Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it.
That is the heroic way.
That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Your dad and I would get along, Parvati. I hope I said that right. Wow, single file. Kinda creepy. Alright, just gonna check the time right quick. I didn't get to murder anybody. It's been... Well, I guess I murdered the marauders, but that's not a lot of content. We'll do a little bit more. Then I'll just edit it down to 20 minutes. Okay, where am I going now? How do I check my quest? Journal. Yes. This. Alright. How are you with kneecapping?
Something you need? That's on account of how I never met her.
I'm just delving straight into the awkwardness.
It's hard to miss what you never knew. I don't ponder it over much. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception.
Damn.
So when I was born, I got sent here. It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
Other people just do crazy meth and get very, very high level. Alright, sorry for bringing that up, but I hope you're alright with kneecapping. Okay, so you're probably just joining me now. What I just did was a side quest, which took up way too big of a chunk from my 20-minute, allotted time that I gave myself. So we're gonna go back to the main mission. We're just skipping from meeting Thompson, recruiting Parvati here, then we're heading over to the botanical garden. Yeah, okay, I understand I lost all that. I wasn't planning on holding on to it. It's very much blood money. That's the only word for it. Alright, let's map this shit. We are going here. But what's here? What's this mission about? Wait, what's my current mission? That'd be easier to tell. Right, I was also given the task of getting some drug addicts some medicine. But there's also a lady named Esther who wants the medicine instead. That'll be in the if I upload that particular mission, that's when it'll happen. Oh, we're gonna talk to the vicar. That's what we gotta do.
Something got you down?
The plague, most likely.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
You're the one that wants me to talk to this guy and clear my conscience. Alright, I need you... Well, I don't so much need you to forgive my sins. I don't have any sins. I'm just surrounded by sin.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town?
You remember when Shrek was turned into a human in Shrek 3? Was it Shrek 3 or Shrek 2? Anyway, you look kind of like him.
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do? Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk. They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons.
They're not walls, they're prison bars.
You as a responsible life choice?
God damn it, Vicar. You succumbed to the corporation.
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
But I'm not entirely convinced that, you know, the Thompson's gonna be true to his word.
Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume. One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts.
Here's side quest.
I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
Alright, I'll get your porno.
I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
It's just full of dick pics.
Glad we see eye to eye. It's a handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious?
Ah yes, I'm Bakonu, famous sketcher of wieners.
It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos. Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it.
Maybe it's not dick pics after all.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
This doesn't seem like a bad thing to do. It's just a book. Oh my god, this is how it starts. It's just a book. Next time murdering people for the, you know, the fun of it. This is a dark path. Alright, Botanical Lab, let's go. Parvati's got some weapons. She's got a hammer, she's got a gun. I need to assign myself some skill points. There we go. Nice! I'm gonna level up just by discovering places. Keep it up there, Parvati. Atta girl. Uh-oh. Oh, shit! No, I don't want the shotgun. Wrong button. Ooh, regulator, huh? Ooh, a lookout. He probably has a shot, like a sniper or something. Oh, hey. Right in the leg. So glad I'm ducking. It's really helped me on a tactical level. I am! You take cover. I gotta do this asshole. I think Parvati's down. Hey, hey, hey! Where the hell are you? Oh, sorry. There we go. Now you're dead. Attack! I did not do well on a knife fight. All the drugs. So glad I have so many drugs. Okay, he's down. Why are you invincible? I'm only doing 2 damage. There we go. Some things you can do to make your companions tougher. I don't have any extra shit. I do have armor now, though. And a hunting rifle. That'll be fun. Hunting rifle. Ooh, helmet. Not over encumbered, am I? No, I'm good to go. Sweet. Oh, Parvati, would you like my hibernation suit? I can give her armor. Nice. So 7, 3. Oh, nope. Your shit's better than mine already. Kind of rushed in. Should not have rushed in. Well, now I can try my hunting rifle. Alright, Parvati. I'll cover you. Nice! I understand why that guy kicked my ass so much. Oh, he's not dead yet. There we go. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that was lucky. Parvati, take cover! He wasn't dead. I thought he was dead. Oh, God damn it. Son of a bitch. Stop moving. You're dead, right? No, you're not? Okay. Well, that kind of made you sit still, so.
Everyone all right?
Right in the gut. Are they all dead? I'm great if they're all dead.
Got it. Heads down.
Oh, because I'm ducking? I like that you're following my lead. I wish you could magnify all the dead bodies. Or at least, you know, let me know where they are. So that I might pillage them faster. Might want to try taking it easy with the whole running around thing too, given that I kind of rushed into that. Trip blade? What the hell is a trip blade? Is it a staff? Oh my god, it's a staff. 73. 44. Ah, come on! What am I using instead of that? A pistol? Equip a pistol. I want to use a good spear. Spears are awesome. I am career spear. I am out of healing items. This is awesome. Let's eat something. Eat. Num 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 num. Okay, we gotta be a lot more careful. Is this a dead body? Alright, it's a dead body, and I didn't do it, so. Anybody home? Gross. I don't know what I took from that. But it's not stealing, yay! Light ammo. Terra-fried Spratwurst. This is no one's domicile, therefore I can legally rob it. Provided he doesn't seem to give a fuck. Not a door, not a door. Evicted. That's unfortunate. No one's using these places. Just let them live there. I never understood that tagline. It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice. So that could just imply that Spacers have a whole different viewpoint on things. Dead animal.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble.
I just want to chat.
I don't know you.
I don't know you.
Looking for it ain't here.
What if I'm looking for you? What if I'm looking for you?
Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those.
You haven't met one like me yet.
A Geo what? Look, plants ain't my purview. You're better off asking after.
That's what I wanted to do.
If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you.
I can tell by your hat that you are serious.
Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind.
I have asked 3 questions.
Explains why you're still yammering on at me. No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace.
That sounds like Zoe.
Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her. It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent.
What is her talent?
Can't imagine
Finger
where
painting?
she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere. Appreciate it. Honest.
Well, you sure changed your tune right quick. Adelaide Mick something? McDevitt. McDevitt? Explain yourself.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice.
God damn!
Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here.
I am awash.
Any questions, dear?
I am awash with a wave of wholesomeness from you.
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Can you adopt me?
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon.
I would be delighted to try your tea. Please adopt me.
Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile?
Whoa! Whiplash!
What's Reed's idea of peace, then? Make amends. Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
I'm already on your side.
He would do such a thing. Question is, why would you agree to his plans? Cannery's got a regulator. You want chip parts, you ought to rip him out of the cannery's guts and leave us be.
And that will force other people to live with you, and then we're all happy.
You should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
You've got me there. I gotta be a hero.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
What do you think, Pravati?
Where are we headed?
I want some moral guidance, not some navigation.
You mean about the mission being too clean?
Pretty dirty now.
I know, but Vicker says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits.
And character.
You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicker sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass.
That was surprisingly eloquent.
Fixing the universe is a job for somebody way better than the likes of me.
Hey, I believe in you. Don't belittle yourself. Alright, let's see how... Ooh, free stuff. Shit! I didn't mean to do...
What do you think you're doing?
I didn't mean to do that. I totally didn't mean to do that. Oh my god. I'm so sorry, Adelaide. Do you hate me?
Anything else I can do for you?
Deserters? Shit, I gotta reload. Are we cool? Is the shit still there? It's shit's still there. Okay, thank god. I thought if it was wrapped in blue, it was fair game, but I thought wrapped in red meant no. Your eyes look blue. Are they fair game? That makes no sense. Anyway, we're gonna come back to this, and we're gonna be evil about it. Yay! It's evil time. Is what I'm saying. I don't even know if you'll be with me there. How'd you get so tall?
I'm the bad guy.
Did you like that transition? Did you like the song I used? Alright, we're evil now. This is Evil Steven. Evil Steven uses a pimp cane. And generally sneaking and underhandedness. Oh shit. What the hell is that? Primal Behemoth? I don't want it. They dig. They can dig. I'm so screwed. Hey, buddy. 4 bullets left. Please die. Please die. Thank you. Whoa, what the hell was that? Ow! Primal, what? What's with all this purple stuff? And ray damage. Bypasses armor, does damage over time. Okay, so killing them hurts me. And I'm dead. Wow. Being evil is tough. Town leader. Use terminal. Terminal access. Logs. Schedule your sick... How do you... What? Okay, so you get sick. You have to... Hey, I'm gonna get sick in 2 to 4 weeks. Paying for your sick leaves. Ah, wait. I'm supposed to admire this. I'm evil. But I am gonna tell this guy to suck it on account of, you know, generally being a bad moral dude. But then again, if I'm bad morally, I don't know how to be bad. If I'm bad morally, I should probably try to, you know, do what he wants, right?
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
To be fair, I wasn't warned of my own I wasn't forewarned of my own arrival. I was kind of just, you know, was I kidnapped? I was technically kidnapped and sent here in a pod.
You were saying, Miss Holcomb.
It's just what Bess needs is a proper refurbish. I can bandage her up and what all, but she's just old. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll do better.
And I do wish you'd stop referring to our cannery as Bess. Personification of company property is strictly contrary to the Spacer's Choice Code of Conduct. My apologies. I am not in the habit of allowing my guests to witness such a row. Now, what can I do for you?
If Spacer's Choice is only one corporation, wow. I'm gonna love who's next.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform. Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Everyone's dying here, and then you're just fucking surprised. Oh, a new face! Yeah, I've been hidden.
I understand. Your business is your own. Nonetheless, you are welcome in our little outpost. Outsiders are a rare sight in the Vale. If you are a freelancer, then I have use for you. There is pay to be earned, or supplies to tide you over, as you prefer.
I got a feeling that as soon as I sign the dotted line, I'm gonna be fucking owing money.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process. My proposition benefits the both of us. Please, hear me out. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
As a bad guy, I admire your plan.
You're the first stranger to wander into town in an age. Scripture tells us that nothing happens without reason.
But I admired it under the notion that I'm going to be screwing other people over.
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
They're self-governing, it's okay.
The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
You look like a good fellow with your hat. It's a bad hat.
Good law, no. I don't want you killing anyone, least of all them. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented. and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
As long as she knows that I'm using her, we are not friends.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Just travel with everything you own, huh?
I'm glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
That's stranger with a PH. Coming with me here? Hey, didn't fuck up on the elevator that time. Good stuff. Very tempted to do the evil thing. Well, I'm psycho. I probably won't even, you know, get her help.
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry.
It's Steven with a
Can we
PH.
talk? Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
Yeah, shut that shit down. Let's go to the botanical lab and steal some shit. I.e., the power regulator that I need. I am sneaking, cause it's the evil thing to do. I am sneaking, and I'm going to murder you.
Here we go!
Oh, your head came off. Your head didn't come off, it hit the ground at a very high speed. I'm doing the mission I think I'm doing, right? Yes, okay. And I don't have to talk to the priest about it and ask for forgiveness. Because I don't need forgiveness.
Get ready.
You get ready. Oh shit, you blocked my bullet? Come on. Peek. You're right there, Pavati. Wait, I don't care, I'm evil. Marauder Hooligan. Oh, he's dead. Hooligan? Because he's dead. Get it? No one knows who he is because he's dead. Being bad involves making bad jokes, too. Cash register? Mine! I don't think they taste any freedom. I think anyone actually saying the word freedom probably owes money. Ooh, sweet. Okay.
Nice.
Nice? You agree? You want me to rob things, or... God damn. Stuff. Four, 3. How do I look? 10, 16. Ballin' now. Don't even care what it is. Take it, take it, take it. Fallout style. Locked? Hell yeah.
Nicely done.
I'm so glad you're supporting this attitude. We might get along after all. A revolver? Surprised I'm not over encumbered yet. Tuck and roll. We're okay. Alright, back to stealth mode. Okay, you take the one on the left. What the hell? There we go. Now I'm hitting him. Jesus! Hi! He was afraid! That was awesome. Oh yeah, there's actual strong guys here. So, how about a revolver? This is a 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world! Boop! That barely hurt him. The range on this is not great. Bad idea. Bad idea. Ow! Okay, Eagle Eye. What the hell was that shit? Oh, you think it's safe to move up, huh? You're wrong. Oh, come on. There we go. Parvati's dead again. Useless. Hey, thanks for all your help. I couldn't help but notice you were revived in the middle of the fucking hot zone. There was something called Ollie Ollie in there. I didn't quite read it, because time is of the essence, but it sounded fun.
I don't know you. Whatever
Fuck
you're
you
looking
too.
for, it ain't here. Move along.
I know exactly what I'm looking for, and it is here.
Armed strangers wandering into my camp for one. Some of my camp wandering out for another.
Maybe they're the same people.
You want to try standing outside in the heat, keeping your sights open for the next marauder raid?
I could
No,
use some
I'm
heat. I've been
sorry.
frozen for a long time.
That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace.
Man, fuck Zoe.
Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her.
They probably did.
I've crossed off my share of marauders. This ain't about them.
It has to be about
Go
them.
looking for Zoe, I leave the camp undefended, seeing as I'm the only one of us who knows her way around a gun. Hence my dilemma. Could be. Dangers aplenty out there. No telling why marauders would steal somebody like Zoe. Got no useful skill as far as I could tell.
Well, then she's malleable. They could raise her as their own.
Marauder gang just moved into the districts a little ways east. Their numbers are growing. Gotta come from somewhere.
Mwah, now I know where she is and there's no contractual obligation to look for her.
Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close.
What?
If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does.
There's also a weird way of spelling my name.
She was lazy and thoughtless, but she's still one of our own.
I wish I was accepting as you, but I'm evil. Can't just say no? No, got it, alright.
It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere.
Yes, let's cast doubts.
Could do without the gallows humor.
You pretty much threatened to shoot me when I got here.
Over in the hothouse, tending crop.
Toodaloo. So I gotta do that more evilly.
Toodaloo.
There we go. Hey! Old maid. Power regulator. Now.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
My question is, where the cinnamon toast fuck is the regulator, lady?
Really? Now that you mention it, you don't have the look of an indentured laborer about you. Not nearly enough despair in your eyes.
Have you got a despair power regulator you can give me? See what I did there?
Suppose that weighs on who's asking. My flock likes to call me grandmother, on account of my providing hot soup and free advice. You can call me Adelaide, but...
That sounded like
Excuse me,
a really short
Sorry,
Pokédex entry.
You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Adelaide, old lady type Pokemon, provides hot soup and advice.
Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
He licks his own eyeballs.
I can't say I blame you. Reed is positively soporific. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
What I'm noticing is that no matter what option I choose in the dialogue, they kind of circle back to the person outside of my morality being the cause of my morality.
You're doing this for Reed? Why?
Because I already did the heroic thing.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want chip parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do. Well, if it's all the same to you, then you ought to divert power over to us, shut down Reed's cannery, and scrap it for parts.
But lady, I've got to be with the corporation here. You are good. You are a force of good. Therefore, I have to be against you. That's how it works. That's how it works. That's how you be evil, baby. Anything else? Can I steal your shit? You're lucky I'm not playing the psycho role right now as Keith. You're alone. I would just have to flip a coin and I could potentially kill you. Well, that wasn't really evil. Not a whole lot of evil happened there. I guess it's more evil is represented when you compare how I did with the hero part. So it's good that I start with being a hero. Because I didn't listen to her shit. I didn't help anyone. I definitely didn't help anyone. I was generally just an ass. Oh well, let's go be psycho. Psycho killer. Oh yeah, I forgot. The last thing I did was murder this. What was his name? Ernest? His name was Ernest. I murdered Ernest last time we were here. Alright, let's level up and then we'll head into town. Alright, what I've done is I've given myself the standard upgrades to all of my points. What's it called? Special? In Fallout it was called Special. I'm not going to list them off, but for my perks, I gave myself the ability to do more damage when I'm traveling alone. I'm not going to take on a whole lot of companions, given how they're probably going to be a little more radical on what I choose to do when I'm alone with someone. I.e., potential murder. It looks like there's a little camp over here. And it's marauders. I've got my toss ball stick. I want to play a game. Knife to meet you! Mwah! I couldn't strike for a second. There we go. I don't give a shit about companions. I have 0 companions right now. Get that off my screen. Wait, what? I don't want to sleep. I'll sleep when I'm dead. Which is probably very soon. I've died as a hero, died as a villain. Gonna die at least once as a crazy person. Sorry. Morally ambiguous. Alright, so there's gonna be one amendment to my whole murder rule. This is a graveyard. I feel at home here. Silas? Fuck Silas.
Whoa, hey. Where'd you come from?
The amendment is what I was talking about. I'm not gonna kill shopkeeps, because that's just, I'm probably gonna be alone with a shopkeep a lot. It just doesn't make sense to kill them given that they're a source of something. This time around, we're not flipping a quarter. We're not flipping a coin. What we're gonna do is we're gonna roll the dice. On even numbers, we do the evil thing. On odd numbers, we let people live. Now, the last time around, what I did was I murdered if there were at least 2 people there. Not at least, but usually at least one person has to be around for me to murder them. So, I might end up murdering, what's her name? Parvati here. Because there's only 2 people in that room, I might be able to get away with it. Unless there were some guards I didn't see. Yeah, there's guards where this is not a good place to murder.
I'm sorry.
Seems we've got a guest.
That's me.
Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize.
You could see me just as well as she can, asshole.
Your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself. I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
What the fuck are you babbling about?
Shirt, pants, work boots, company-approved colors. The, honorable apparel of a loyal worker?
I left my give a fuck in my other work pants.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer.
Straight to the point.
Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process. Oh yes. Saw someone put his hands on a regulator while the power was running. His legs were still twitching when we buried him. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
So given that my hands are made out of rubber, it seems it's good that we took on Chaotic Keith here. It explains how we have to do something either way.
You're the first stranger to wander into town in an age. Scripture tells us that nothing happens without reason.
But you know who is going to be alone? The grandma lady, Adelaide.
I do not attend the good vicar's sermons as often as I should, but yes, I am a scientician, born and raised. And my faith tells me that hard work and difficulty fortify our spirit. Well, this is hard work, I ask of you. But there is a reward at the end of it.
I'm thinking your scripture is like a company warranty.
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. I am not trying to pull one over on you, friend. You were bound to run into them sooner or later. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
I could give a flying fuck.
Good Lord, no, I don't want you killing anyone, least of all them.
Hey, I'm gonna roll the dice,
My
literally.
hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
I'll say those things, but I'm not gonna incur them, so to speak. I'm not going to enforce what I say.
Of course, I understand completely.
Everything I say is entirely for my own benefit.
Let me give you the passcode to the geothermal plant. A sign of good faith.
Barring all the murder.
Politely listening to me as I ramble on.
Are you setting off for the Vale? because I know my way around. I mean, in case you want a guide. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you.
Well, if she's so talented, you keep her.
Are you sure? I imagine Miss Holcomb will make a reliable companion. She knows her way around the Vale.
I work alone.
Oh, sure. I mean, you got your own business and all, so I'm sure you... Sorry. I'll just be in my garage, fixing stuff. Like I do.
You may find Miss Holcomb at her garage once she and I are done talking. I want you to know I appreciate what you're doing for us, even if you are a stranger. Best of luck to you.
You never saw me.
Let's start over. Walk me through the process.
Oh shit, he knows I'm here.
Gonna find you!
I found you first! That was the big guy too. Oh, hello. I think my one-handed is best as this guy. I'm healing pretty good too. Light machine gun. There we go. There we go. Here's Keith. God damn. I'm totally getting away with killing anybody now. Use the tree for cover. Hello. What the hell? That was the smartest thing I've ever seen an enemy in any video game do. Run away from the guy with a knife. Oh, that's pretty. Look at the Aurora Borealis.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble.
I don't see any other people around you.
Yeah. Go ahead and ignore the lady with the gun.
I'm not ignoring you. I'm just putting myself in a tactical position for your instant demise. Alright, so what I say? Even number, she dies. Odd number, she lives. Roll. Oh, it's an even number. It's a 4. That is unfortunate. So, you ready for this? Just gonna load her up.
Thought I'd just roll over and die.
Nope. I expected a little bit of struggle. Long Ranger, eh? Deserter reputation decreased. I was never part of that reputation. And I don't give a fuck because I'm crazy. Hey, there's a dead lady over there. Did anyone see that? She didn't have a gun or anything. And I definitely don't have her gun. What up, Adelaide?
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice.
Speaking of laying
Edgewater,
outside,
the gates and be welcomed here.
there's a dead lady up there.
Any questions, dear?
And she's also laying down. That's how I should have phrased it. Speaking of laying down outside, there's a dead lady up there.
Really? Now that you mention it, you don't have the look of an indentured laborer about you. Not nearly enough despair in your eyes. I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just...
That's a lot to fit on a name tag. Hello, my name is Strange Old Lady Who Collects Flowers.
Try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
You know, I've been hearing a lot about this tea, but I haven't seen any.
A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots.
That was poetic as fuck.
It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that Sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
It's a soft subject, I understand. So I'm gonna explain the dealie to you.
Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile?
For the points.
Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Come back. Get on your knees and work.
Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Whoever this I and my own guy is, I don't give a fuck about him.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
I only ever agree with the dice, lady.
If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid.
It sucks that...
You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
It sucks that as a morally ambiguous guy, I've still got to do at least one of these things.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
And then you build a cannery and it starts all over again. It's good to explore this. It tells you more dialogue options.
You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it. You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scraps Spacer's choice throws them. Life in
Oh, my bad.
Life in... You bring...
Trying to get back to what I got there.
You've seen that.
Here we go. You made it more clear enough. I'll see what I can do.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
That's not a good place to... not a good place to plug your wireless earbuds into, my conscience. Okay, you know the drill. Odd number she lives, even number she dies. Let's roll. It's a 3. You lucky bitch. I don't want to say I was looking forward to killing an old lady, but the dice never lie.